morning, good afternoon, good evening. My name is Kayla Heller. I play Selena Durov on Netflix's original The Order, and I'm here hanging out with Galaxy on ComicCon Radio.
Magic swirls all around us. It is in the air that we breathe. Do not be so naive as to think we are the only ones who can harness its power.
Nothing is as it seems.
Congratulations on your acceptance to Belgrave University. We have a question.
What do you know about the Hermetic Order of the Blue Rose?
Everyone knows the Order is fake news.
You're about to start the biggest adventure of your lives.
What is reality?
It appears you've been summoned. Will you heed the call?
Yes.
We'll be expecting great things from you.
Welcome to the Order. I'm going to teach you how to use magic properly.
A tutor?
You got stuck with me for some reason.
Just lucky, I guess.
There is a creature out there that is tearing apart our recruits.
This is the most powerful incantation ever created.
What does it do?
Anything is possible.
If you don't do something, people are gonna die.
We will build a world like you have never seen.
This is what you signed up for.
Nothing is as it seems.
All magic has a cost. If you don't pay the price, things can go wrong.
Nothing is as it seems.
Good morning, good afternoon, and good evening. This is Galaxy signing in for ComicCon Radio. Coverage of pop culture events from around the globe. Amazing interviews with celebrities. Daily recaps and reviews of popular television. The Walking Dead. Z Nation. Van Helsing. DC Titans. Flash. The Legends of Tomorrow. Black Lightning. American Horror Story. Green Arrow. Movie reviews. Everything Comic-Con and fandom from around the globe. ComicCon Radio. Get ready to enter our universe. Let's go.
Good morning, good afternoon, and good evening. This is your boy Galaxy on another amazing episode of ComicCon Radio. If I sound tired, it's because I am. I've had amazing celebrities and guests on today, but I have a really amazing gal on right now. She's on my favorite show. Like, I have a lot of favorite shows. I know I always say my favorite show, my this, my that, but The Order is one of my favorite shows. I binge watched it and I love it. And she's on it and she's a witch. I don't think she's a witch in real life. We have Kayla Heller. What's up, Kayla? How you doing? Welcome.
Hello. Thank you for having me.
We appreciate you coming on the show. You were so lovely on The Order.
Oh, I don't know about lovely. She's a little bit powerful. She's a little bit mysterious, but she's a fun character to play for sure.
Oh, yeah. You look so different from the character on the show. The character on the show looks very posh, reserved, and you look so fun in real life.
Yeah.
Are you guys the same or different?
I would definitely say that there are some similarities and some differences. Selena is, she was fun. She was really, really fun to play. I got to create a lot of different moods and emotions with her that I would never get to play in real life. And especially the fact that she's a witch. I hope I'm not one in real life. As far as I know, I'm not. But
Well, you're not. We know you're not a witch. You're an amazing guy.
Who knows?
Who knows, right? You don't know these days, actually. You know, I'm in this fandom world. I've been in this such a long time, and I run into all sorts of people when I go to conventions and everywhere, and we have our meet and greets and all that, and they tell me they're witches, and they tell me they're demons, and I look at them like, maybe they're telling me the truth. I don't know, because they believe in it so much. I'm creeped out, but I won't go in the same room with them, and I don't open their DMs, so I stay away.
I don't know. The stuff stuff on the show is pretty realistic. Maybe we're not just actors. Maybe it's that's what's going on behind closed doors.
SpaghettiOs. You know, we're gonna have Jack. I think he's coming on the show. Jack Mainly. I think next week or the week after. We're gonna chat with him about that. But we're gonna check if he's a wolf. You know, he's a wolf and a witch, and you're a witch. At the end, I saw you. You were like zonking everybody's brain. At the end, you were spraying your powder. Everybody said, you know,
that was a fun scene.
They want some of that powder. They said it's better than cocaine because it's just like, boom, you forget what you did the night before.
Funny story is that when we first shot that scene, I accidentally breathed some in and I kept sneezing, and so we were worried that I was gonna have an allergy attack, I guess, and not be able to shoot the scene.
Wow, that's crazy. But you guys didn't. What kind of powder was that? Was that like just dust or like powder sugar? Because sometimes when I eat French toast and I inhale, I start choking. So imagine how you guys felt.
Actually, it's just makeup. It's just setting powder that you use for your face. And when I had first found that out, I was super surprised. And weirdly enough, it dusts off really easily. We did lots of takes of that scene, a couple of different ways, because originally there were lines in it, and I think they decided halfway through that we were going to just do kind of like a montage with the music and stuff like that. And so we did it a few times, and just every time they just brushed it off of Thomas, is the guy that plays Hamish on the show. A really great guy. But yeah, it was really fun meeting him and doing that scene together.
You know what I heard about you? I heard that you're like a rhythmic gymnast internationally, and you've been doing that for over a decade. Yeah. So what does a rhythmic gymnast do? Do you like dance with the rhythm? I know what it is, but I want the fans to know. Like, what do you do?
I was a gymnast up until I was probably 15, and rhythmics is different than regular gymnastics. We play with ribbons and balls and hoops, and
Gotcha.
There's more routines. It's more dance based versus regular gymnastics. But I think it taught me a lot, and it's a skill that I can bring into any role that I play in the future. So,
if this was the 80s, you would have been a fly girl. Is that what you're saying?
Maybe. Maybe in the future too. Maybe as another character that I get to play.
Hey! Imagine J-Lo doing gymnastics. I can't imagine that.
It'd be fun. It'd definitely be very fun.
Yeah, right. So, you know, you were also in a cool movie called Snow Comings, and you know, I love those Hallmark movies because
so do I. They're so feel good.
Yeah, they make me feel good afterwards. I want to go buy a car and like paint the wall and do stuff like that. But you played a fun character on that show. Or do you want to get into like your own Hallmark? I hope by next year, in the next couple of years, you get your own Hallmark movie where like you're the main character and you're looking for love and something happens and you find Mr. Right during Christmas. It's like a dude that has a kid and he like lost his memory or something, and then you change his life. But then you're a witch too at the same time. So that would be cool.
Yeah, sure. That would be fun to do something like that on Hallmark. I mean, I did love doing that movie just because I was one of the few that get to be, an ethnic choice on the channel. They're moving towards, including diversity, and it's great to see that just because I feel that I'm one of the first shareholders of doing a role like that, which is really cool.
So you're one of the few of the first ethnic characters that's on the Hallmark channel, which is showing a change, which is pretty great.
Yeah, exactly.
We're diverse now. You go into any city now and everybody's intermixed and diverse in other nationalities and cultures, and you're relatable. You can look like a lot of nationalities. You can look Hispanic, you can look Native American, you can look Middle Eastern. You have that look. What is your background? Where are you from? Where were you born?
I was born in Bali. I'm actually half Indonesian, and
Nice.
So I think that was a huge reason why I started acting, is because I wanted to see more representation of Southeast Asians. I was really happy when they actually cast Larissa, because she's Filipina, right? And I think Southeast Asians aren't represented in film enough, and so it was really, really great to see that they, in our show alone, they included a lot of diversity, and that's just such an important topic today.
That's great. So you're half Indonesian. Have you been to Indonesia? I know you have, but like, do you go there every summer? Do you have a lot of family there? Do they geek out that you're in movies and TV shows now?
Yeah, absolutely. I go every year, every 2 years. I know that Bali is such a tourist destination now, and anytime I tell anyone that I meet new, they're like, "Have you been to Bali?" And I'm like, "Of course."
I'm from
All of my
there,
family
duh.
is down there. I grew up. Yeah, exactly. I grew up there, and it's a cool place to grow up, definitely. And so I think I bring a little bit of that into everything I do nowadays.
That's pretty cool. I know a lot of people from Indonesia. I have family that lives there, and they do business there, and it's an amazing place. And they always tell me, come there and hang out and all that.
You should.
I will.
Yeah, you definitely should. There's lots of culture. There's lots of things to learn. Maybe some dark magic. I don't know.
That's it. I'll learn dark magic. I'll be a 6'2" magician in Indonesia that knows a lot about Comic-Con, and I'll wear a wizard's hat too.
Yeah, hey, I'll put in a good word. Maybe they'll hire you on the order.
SpaghettiOs. Yeah. Hey, the order is going to be there for season 2. It's such a cool show. The actors, everybody perfectly picked out. And I want you to have a huger role next season. They better I'm going to say it right now, ladies and gentlemen from the order, you better have Kayla have a bigger scene and bigger roles and bigger everything.
Thank you. Yeah, I mean, my character wasn't really developed as much, but there's a lot of unsaid things that, go on behind the scenes that aren't talked about. And, Selena is higher up on the order. She's a really interesting character because you don't really get to see what she does behind the scenes. Unfortunately, a lot of the scenes that she was in were actually cut out. But we were discussing at the end of the first season, we wanted to talk about how we could bring her in and develop her more and things like that. And I'm really excited. I'm really, really excited.
No, it's going to be amazing. They put you at the end for a reason. They always do that. You actually, you gave people their memory loss. So I know you're going to be a big part of season 2 because I think season 1 was just laying out the foundation. And when I get Jack on the show, I'm going to squeeze him and get some squeeze out of him and ask. I know you guys don't know. You guys don't, the actors, everybody thinks the actors knows everything. You guys get your scripts. Yeah, you have contracts and you sign so many episodes, but they could kill you off at any time. And
yeah, I know, which I find very fortunate because Selena is the only one that's alive. And we would all joke on set. We would come in that day and we would all be like, "Who's gonna die today?" It was
well. Sometimes we have like 6 managers, 4 agents, a PR person, and an attorney on the line listening. Yeah. So this is cool.
Well, You've got my personal number, so we're all good.
SpaghettiOs. Don't worry, I won't give it to anybody. I'll only give it to like wizards or warlocks. That's all.
If you sell it, make sure you cut the profits with me.
That's it. I'm going to start being your agent. So, no, I'm just But you know what? I was going to ask you, we're actually doing some cool cosplay events coming up, and we're doing huge red carpet events. We would love to have you be a celeb and do meet and greets and stuff like that and like sign stuff and things like that. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to have one of our team members reach out to you and chat with you about that. I think we're doing about 12 of them this summer. So maybe if you want to get involved in those, that'll be a great way to get into that.
Absolutely. I would love to do that. You just tell me when and where and who to talk to, and I'm there. I'm
cool.
Your girl.
Yeah, we'll do photo ops and T-shirts and all. I'll cut this up from the episode, of course. This won't be in it. So, but then we'll start.
Yeah, I'm like, I don't really know.
No, we'll start back on the episode. Don't worry. Don't worry.
I mean, like, Comic-Con has been one of my dreams. I as a kid growing up, you watch your favorite shows and then you watch the interviews of your favorite celebrities and things like that. It was always a goal. While we were shooting the first season, I was hanging out with Sarah and Adam, who play Randall and Alyssa on the show. And we were watching a Comic-Con event. And Adam was saying how big it was a dream for him and Jake, who plays Jack on the show, to be able to make it one day onto Comic-Con. And I said, you guys, hopefully we all get to go because that would just be amazing. It would be the best experience ever. And he said the same thing as me, that we've all kind of dreamed to always go because we always watch these interviews. And like, I mean, if I got to go, it would be amazing, just considering that this is my first role ever. And, you know, it would just be like a little girl's dream come true.
Well, you know what? There's not just the San Diego Comic-Con. There's New York, Los Angeles, Texas, MCM. There's like 200 Comic-Cons. There's many opportunities out there.
Absolutely. And there would be no other group of people that I would want to share this first experience with. They've just been incredibly supportive and guiding in this whole thing. I mean, I'm brand new into all of this whole world, right? And so there was no better people to trust to take care of me. They are an amazing cast. I cannot believe I'm so lucky to be part of them.
So you hung out with Adam DeMarco, which plays Randall on the show. He's actually good friends with Sean as well. Sean Deppner.
Yeah, they're best friends. I became friends with everybody on the cast just because everyone is just such great people. I mean, really, just every single person on the show has been just so supportive and so fun. And I've made friendships with them that will probably last a lifetime. I mean, it was the most exciting thing when everything came out. We all got to, you know, share that whole experience together. And through the whole thing, we're all chatting each other and we're all texting saying, this part was so good. I can't believe you said this line like this. I'm amazed how this scene turned out, blah, blah, blah. It was so fun to see all of my friends act on screen. It's the weirdest experience. I can't describe it to anybody that hasn't been a part of it, but it's weird to know a person and then see them on the screen and be like, Mom, look, that's my best friend right there on screen. So
it's
strange.
Pretty cool, huh? It's really a rad feeling.
Yeah, absolutely.
When you went on set the first time and you looked at everything and you saw everything, and I know they told you that the set's going to look like this and blah, blah, blah and all that. But when you went on set and you saw everything and you were like actually acting and saying your roles, your parts, were you like, OMG, I'm actually doing this? Oh my God, I'm part of this?
Actually, I didn't know that the show was going to be huge. I booked this role and I was just ecstatic because I'd never booked a role before. And I showed up on the first day and there's the hair and the makeup people and the costume designers and that's all off of set that you do. And then once you show up, I met some of the cast and they were all so awesome. And once I walked in, it's like you enter another whole world. And I was like, oh my God, I think this is kind of a big deal. I hadn't realized that we were, you know, going to be doing something this cool. You know?
Well, you know what? Once this episode comes out and it goes to our listeners, it's going to be great. And you're going to have fans that are going to be crazy about you. And you're going to do amazing. And especially playing in a Fandom TV show, you just opened the door to people that love witches and superheroes and lore and all that stuff. And the universe is big, my dear. It's huge. And you're going to do great. And you just got to keep going from there. And you're going to be more excited and more in roles. I know people that's been acting for a decade and they've been on 100 shows and they still feel like it's the first time when they go on a new set.
Yeah, absolutely. And it's fun to channel different parts of yourself and play different characters and do things that you wouldn't normally do. That's, I think, my favorite part of the show is that I got to, you know, levitate things and like make things explode and make people pass out. And that is not something that I normally do in my real life. And so
you don't make people pass out in real life? You don't drug them? Just kidding.
Not that I know
of. Don't you wish you had some of that powder in your pocket? So when someone's bugging you, you're out with your friends and you're just like, poof. And they fall
or
down
when
and, and then you like, you know, they don't remember the next day. They're like, what happened to me?
Yeah, or when I say the wrong thing or do something embarrassing, it would be great to have that powder just make everyone forget.
Yes. Then you could pick your nose or do whatever and just sprinkle powder on them. You know, Dave Chappelle, he did a comedy show and he said, sprinkle crack on them, Johnson. And this is the same thing. You're going to sprinkle some dust and boom. They forget everything. So you can eat like a burger and fries. You'll be like, I didn't eat anything. I'm on a diet.
Just like magic, hey?
That's it. So acting, is it something you fell into or was it something that you grew into? Was it a childhood thing?
I think I always kind of wanted to do it, but I never got the opportunity to until I was a little bit older. I didn't really know that there were roles out there for someone that looked like me, and I think that's where the world is kind of going now. And so I think I'm really happy that there's a lot more diversity. I had, obviously I had the actresses that I looked up to. Like Shay Mitchell is a huge one for me, just because she's half Thai and she was on, one of the biggest shows at the time. And once I kind of watched her do it, I thought to myself, hey, like maybe somebody would want to watch me on a show at some point. And I kind of put it on the back burner, but acting kind of just fell into my lap. I was approached by agents. I kind of found classes on accident and things like that. And so it kind of just happened.
Was your family into it, or your family was like, just go study, don't worry about acting?
Well, at first they thought it was kind of funny, but once I started hearing back from roles and producers and directors and things like that, that's when my family kind of was like, oh, this is kind of crazy. And now that those productions have come out, I can show them like, hey, mom, dad, like this is the role that I was supposed to book the lead for. And they can see that it's like an actual thing, So it's kind of crazy.
It's just a dream, huh? It's like a reality now, and you can show them, and it takes time.
Yeah.
It takes time.
Oh, absolutely.
It's not overnight, but it's gonna happen. You just gotta focus and want it and live it and love it and keep learning more. That's a bit of advice,
Yeah, exactly. I feel really fortunate that, all of these shows, most of the Netflix shows are filmed here in Vancouver, right? And so all of the stuff that's filmed here is all supernatural, and it's all the kind of stuff that I would watch. And it's insane that I happen to be living in the town where everything is filmed, and I have all of these great opportunities to do, more and more roles.
You're lucky, because Canada didn't have that opportunity before. It was just LA, New York, sometimes Atlanta, places like that. And now it's like Canada's the hub, and people from here go over there.
Yes. I've met a lot of friends that are originally from LA, and they've moved here just because the business is just booming here. And I just consider myself really, really lucky that I'm actually from here.
That's cool. Did you move there as a child, or did your family live there? Did they live in Indonesia?
Yeah, I moved here when I was 6. I lived in Thailand as well. My dad is from here, and so, we made the move, and I consider myself as having been grown up here.
So what do you like better, Thai food or Indonesian food?
It's a hard pick. I think everyone knows what Thai food tastes like, but to anyone that's listening, I would definitely go try some Indonesian food. It's pretty similar, but I would have to say it's my favorite. I don't know if maybe because I'm biased, but...
It's all good. It's all good in the neighborhood. You could be biased because that's where you're from. I understand when you are from a parent from a different country, they have different upbringings and they have different values and things like that. And to a lot of countries outside of the United States, they think acting is a fun thing and only like the rich people get famous and stuff like that. But it's kind of cool that you're coming into yourself and your family's like, yeah, this is cool. And you get to show them things. And it must feel so awesome, like seeing yourself. Do you watch the shows that you're in? I've spoke to some people and they're like, I cannot watch myself after. I don't even watch anything. But can you watch? Do you watch yourself? Do you like that?
Well, actually, I hadn't watched the movie that I was in up until I think a week ago, and it came out like 2 months ago. And I had a whole bunch of my friends come up to me and say, "Hey, I watched your movie and you were great." And I said, "Oh, thanks." I haven't seen myself, and I hadn't even watched The Order until this past weekend, just because maybe I don't know. Maybe I just have a fear of seeing who Selena is because she's very different from me. When I watched it with my family, we all sat in our living room. We were watching, and my scenes would just go by, and then they'd be like, "Wait, was that you?" And I'd say, "Yeah." And my mom was like, "You are so different." And I'd say, "Yeah, Mom, I know. I can't even recognize myself."
Yeah, you look very different on The Order. Like I said, you have your hair in a tie. You look like, very different. But it still looks great. It still looks great, right?
We have a great hair and makeup team.
That's it.
It's all them.
Just tell your friends I'm a witch. Duh, I have to look different.
Yeah.
I'm hiding my identity. Gosh, darn.
I can't be walking around in the streets.
I know.
risking being recognized.
Yeah, risking people running up to you and saying, "Hey, are you that witch?" It kind of feels good though, doesn't it? Do you like people recognizing you sometimes, like sometimes internally?
Well, when you're at the grocery store and you're wearing your pajamas and haven't washed your hair for 3 days, it's not really that great. So.
You're like, please don't recognize me, please.
Yeah, please nobody look at me.
Don't take a photo.
Funny story is one time I was just at the dog park and I was walking around and this guy and a girl come up to me and they're like, "Oh, that's a cute dog." And I'm like, "Thank you." And then I look at the guy and I say, "Hey, you look like the guy on The Magicians. You know the show Magicians, right?"
Oh, yeah, big time.
Yeah. I said, "You look just like the guy Quentin." And the guy says, because at this point I think it's him and I'm super starstruck. This is one of my favorite shows of all time. And which Adam happens to be on as well. He plays Todd on the show. And I say, "You really, really remind me of him." And he says, "Yeah, I get that a lot." And then I said, "Yeah, one of my friends is on that show and he tells me about how awesome that guy is and he's a great lead and I would love to meet him one day." And he says, "Oh, who's on the show that you know?" And I said, "Oh, my friend Adam, he plays Todd." And then I think his name is Jason. I don't know who the lead's name is. Do you know his name?
Jason Ralph is Quentin Coldwater.
So, yes, Quentin Coldwater is in a dog park with me. And and I have no idea if this is him or not. And I'm sitting there like kind of confused, kind of starstruck. And I say, "Yeah, my friend Adam plays Todd on the show. And we talk about Jason all the time because he is such a cool character and that would be a show that I would love to be on." And he says, "Oh, yeah, I love Adam." Like, we'd been talking, I don't know, 2 or 3 minutes at that point. It hadn't dawned on me yet that was him. And in that moment, I was like, oh my God, this is insane. I'm really talking to Quentin from The Magicians.
Is that one of your favorite TV shows?
It definitely is my favorite TV show. I got to actually meet my hero on the show. Her name is Summer Bishel. She plays Margot on the show.
Yes.
Adam actually took me on the set of The Magicians one day, and I couldn't even look her in the eye. I felt like I was going to cry because I was so starstruck. It was insane.
Well, you couldn't look at Summer in the eye, huh? Were you
No,
looking
I
away
couldn't.
and hiding yourself?
Yeah, and Adam was so great, and he tried to introduce me, and he was like, "Yeah, she's an actress as well, and she's on the Order with me," and Summer was so great, and I couldn't even compose myself to say hi. It was insane.
Did you
Maybe
say
one of the
anything
most
about it?
embarrassing moments in my life.
Did you keep it inside, or did you screamed it out and said, "Oh my God, blah 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 blah"?
Oh no, I was frozen still. I couldn't move. I don't think I breathed through the entire interaction.
Dang,
Definitely
girl.
one of the most embarrassing things that's ever happened to me. But you know what? At the end of the day, I still got to meet one of my heroes. So.
That's cool how you are. You're a very down-to-earth person. Remain this way. I know you're not going to remain this way all the way. Maybe 95%. Things are going to change as you grow and you get big roles and you become like this household name one day. And when you become that household name, you're going to be like, "Oh my God, I was at the park with this guy named Quentin from Magicians. You remember that show? Psh, whatever." And oh my God, he was so excited to see me, but whatever.
But whatever, I guess it's fine. Hopefully I don't do that if I ever book a role on that show.
Well, you can get a role on that show. You can. You just gotta want it. This is what you gotta do. Let me tell you something. This is what you gotta do. Okay, you gotta sit on the ground in a nice position, right, and close your eyes and keep your mind clear and say, "I want to roll on the TV show The Magician." Say the exact words, exactly what you want. And
how did you know? How did you know that I was a witch? How did you know I already knew that stuff?
I know this. No, you know what this is, right? This is talking to the universe, and the universe will listen. And then you call your agent and manager and say, "Hey, get me on the show." So that combination together and, going and auditioning and all that together will get you on the show because they're always looking for cool faces like you. You have a very fresh face. You're a very happy person. You're a very positive person. Why wouldn't they want you on the show? Why?
Thank you. Thank you so much.
Right? Am I right or am I right?
You're right. You are right.
There
and
you
are
go.
Right.
Good. Agree with Galaxy because you get far. No, I was kidding.
Always. Funny
No,
thing is I do actually do that stuff. I don't know if you use crystals or anything like that.
I use everything in mankind if it works.
Yeah, I mean, you talk to the galaxy. You are the galaxy, so.
There you go.
Yeah.
Just, wish for it. Make it happen. It will happen. And you're at a great place. You're at a good time in your life. And I think the gymnastics plays a good role. You know why? Because it gives you that spunk inside of that winning thing. Are you very competitive inside sometimes?
Yeah. I mean, I don't know if you could tell with Selena. She's extremely competitive. I think that's maybe why I booked the role.
She's very competitive. I wouldn't want to mess with her in real life.
I think that side of me has probably subsided since I quit gymnastics. I'm a little bit more chill. I'm a little bit more just me, that it's fun to get to bring that out and, compete with spells. It's kind of something that I wouldn't normally do.
No, that's cool. And you know how cool it is? You live in your hometown still and you get to work in TV shows and movies. That's the coolest thing right there.
Yeah. I mean, a lot of my favorite shows, I watch them and I'll just see some of my friends on them. It's just crazy.
Just walking down the street, you're like, oh my God, there's so-and-so, and there's Bob, and there's Joe, and there's Cindy.
Yeah, I'll be watching Sabrina, and half of my friends are on there. It's insane.
I love that show. Do you like the show, Sabrina?
Yeah, absolutely. I was close to booking one of the really big parts on there, and so hopefully they'll bring me in for another role at some point.
There's 2 amazing shows coming out. One is called Black Summer. It's the prequel to Z Nation, but it's not the same funny type of hilarious zombie thing. It's a serious one. And also, another show's coming out. It's called Woo Assassins, and they're all filmed in Canada. You should try for that.
Yeah, well, I mean, Woo Assassins, one of the executive producers on that is actually one of my teachers and mentors. I've worked with him a lot. His name is Michael Nankin. And so while he was shooting, I think he was shooting 2 episodes of Woo Assassin, he was at the same time simultaneously teaching classes. And so we kind of got a live play-by-play on how that show was going to go. And I can't, obviously reveal anything because
of course.
I'm not on the show.
I know enough.
Yeah, but it looks like it's going to be good, and definitely if Michael Nankin is directing it, it's
I think
going to
you'll
be something
fit well. I think your look would fit well with that show.
Thank you.
What do you think? Do you think so? Yes or no? Maybe?
Yeah, absolutely. That show has a lot. I mean, I think I would fit well in any show.
That's
any show that'll take me, I'm going to go on there and do my best,
You know what? Work hard. I'm telling you, this is the time. This is your age. Work hard. Go on every audition, every show, just kick doors down and just smile at them and say, hi. And then they're going to be like, oh, wow, she's so nice. And then they're going to book you onto there, and become friends with the showrunners of the shows, become friends with the directors and the writers, because a lot of people don't know that they are the secret sauce a lot of the time,
Yeah.
They will write you into a role 3 years from now. You won't even know it.
Yeah, hopefully I get to that level.
You will.
Thank you.
Oh, I know actors that are a quarter of your talent, because I see you on the show. You do really well. You had that good attitude down. You like dusted their face and you turned around. I was like, she crazy. That girl crazy. And because I binge watched that show, and you could do well.
It was kind of a running joke on set was that as soon as the cameras turned on, I'd switch. And then when we would stop filming, all of the crew would be like, where did that come from? And I'd say, I don't know. And then one guy kept telling me, one of the head camera guys told me, he kept saying, well, you must be trouble for your parents. I can tell you're a great liar.
Oh, boy. That's like a compliment, and it's not a compliment at the same
I know.
time.
Exactly. It's one of those things where you hear and then you kind of turn around and scratch your head and you say, okay.
Okay, thank you very much.
Yeah.
I gotta
Thank
go.
You next.
Yeah, if someone tells me that, I'd be like, what? Me? Come on, man. I'm just acting.
I mean, I guess I know that I'm doing a good job.
That's it. Yeah, that's what you should say. You should say, it's my job, baby, and just turn around and walk away. Mic drop.
Yeah.
Boom. I bet you he'll never say that
Fine.
again.
If anyone crosses me on the show, I'll just blow more powder onto them.
That's it. Uh-oh, that's crazy. Imagine if you've seen Breaking Bad, right? Have you ever watched episodes?
Bits of it. It's not my type of show.
They had this chemical called ricin on the show. And like kills people instantly. Like it's like some kind of crazy chemical. And all you have to do is blow it in the air. Imagine if like, you know, someone like puts ricin in that witch stuff and then boom, everybody would like drop. That would be freaking the craziest thing. You hear in the news, you know, celebrities kill each other in Canada because they switched the powder. That would be crazy.
Yeah.
The powder has been switched. But anyways, you're a lovely guest. Is there any new projects coming up for you? Anything you could share? I know a lot of things are top secret, but anything you're allowed to say?
I kind of go where the flow takes me. I'm just, you know, seeing what the universe brings me. And so
nice.
I know what I enjoy doing, and hopefully you'll be seeing me in more of this type of genre show. I do love Supernatural. It was kind of the first role I wanted to book. I kind of kept saying that to everybody was I really wanted to be a witch. I really, really wanted to play a witch. And a lot of that is what's filming around here. So you may just see me as maybe a vampire or a mermaid or another witch possibly, or
Siren, right? Siren season 3.
Yeah, I love Siren.
Siren. I have had most of the cast members on the show. They're lovely people. They're always so. You just have so much opportunity there. I just got you like 6 gigs, okay? So, you know.
I'll tell them Galaxy sent me.
But that's good. You're playful. You're a funny person. You're very humble. You're awesome and amazing. And
thank you.
You've been
Thanks so much.
Great to have on a show. And let me tell you something. You are always welcome. Whether you have news about your birthday or you're talking about your nails. Oh my God, next week I get my nails done. I got to go on ComicCon Radio. You're always welcome. Just send us a message. You don't have to go and send a pitch and this and that. Some do. We require that, but hey, you are a VIP. We think you're awesome. Well, we not think. We know you're awesome, and you're always welcome.
Thank you.
Just, you know, if you're shampooing, that's not pretty much news, but, you know, nails are and stuff like that. So
yeah, well, I'll definitely let you know next time I've got to wash my car or walk my dog.
Yeah, come on the show. Today I washed my car, and it's so amazing. Oh, yes. What did you do? Oh, I put cherry fragrance. Oh, my God. That's such great information. But you know what? I can't wait to have you do things with us in the near future. I think it's going to be fun and amazing, and you're going to love it.
Thank you so much.
And we want
Thank you so much. You're so awesome for having me on the show, and you're so much fun to talk to.
You're amazing and lovely. Is there anything you want to say to the fans out there before we start the exit of the show?
I just wanted to say thank you to everybody that supported the first season. The fact that we're number 2 right now in the whole world for top shows. It's insane that I get to be part of this crazy ride, and it's all because of them. And hopefully I get to meet and talk to more of you. And I love you guys. Thank you so much.
That's lovely of you. You're amazing. You're awesome. Very humble. You laugh a lot. It's contagious. It's lovely. And with that said, we're gonna exit the show. Are you ready, Kayla?
Thank you so much. Yeah, for sure.
All right. So, good morning. My voice cracked right there. You know what happened?
You're so lit.
You know what happened? One of my producers stepped on my foot. I'm gonna get him next time. He made me laugh and I cracked my voice because I do this voice when I do the exit. So.
Well, hello to anybody else that's in the room that's listening right now.
There's 10 people here in the room always when we produce these shows, so they do dumb things and they make me laugh, but I gotta keep composed. Anyways, good morning, good afternoon, and good evening. What's up?
My boyfriend's been on the other line here, and he's just been listening, and my dog's been like licking me, and so you know what? It's not just the 2 of us, I guess.
That's awesome. That's really cool. Hey, that's very fun. Good morning, good afternoon, and good evening. This is your boy Galaxy signing out from another amazing episode of ComicCon Radio. We had the lovely Kayla Heller on today. She's fun, exciting, amazing, lovely, all of the above. She's going to become the next star, and we can't wait to have her back on and to be part of everything in our universe for your universe. We love you guys. Ready, Kayla? Let's give everybody kisses. Ready? 3, 2, 1. Mwah, billion kisses.
Thank you, Galaxy.
Kayla gave you guys kisses. Save it and put it in your pocket and use it while you're watching the TV shows. I love you guys. Peace.
Good morning, good afternoon, and good evening. This is Galaxy signing out from another amazing episode of ComicCon Radio. Tune in for your daily shows of ComicCon Radio. Go to comicon-radio.com. Reach us on social media, Twitter, Facebook, Instagram, at ComicCon Radio. You can call us toll-free right now. 800-976-0305. 800-976-0305. ComicCon Radio, taking the world one listener at a time.